The following is a presentation of WGN Sports.
It's a rivalry that spans the years and a battle between two big cities. But no matter where the war is fought, it's a fight most often won by the Chicago Bulls. For the New York Knicks, the season so often comes down to beating the Bulls, and so often ends in disappointment. Tonight, they hope to steal one from their arch rivals and give the world champs something to think about as the postseason approaches. The playoffs are near. Tension is in the air. Patrick in the Knicks. Michael in the Bulls. Next. Madison Square Garden, in the words of one Michael Jordan, the Mecca of pro basketball. Tonight, the world champion Chicago Bulls take their critically acclaimed act to Broadway as they take on the New York Knicks. Hi, everybody. I'm Wayne Larrabee. Welcome to Bulls basketball, and as always, this should be a good one. The Bulls and the New York Knicks, what a great history these two teams have had over the course of the last 10 years. A pleasure to have alongside Johnny Redker. Red, the first two games of the series between these two teams this season have certainly lived up to billing.
Boy, they certainly have. They've been very exciting games. As a matter of fact, if you look at the statistics in those games, the Knicks are just a tad ahead in points and in field goal percentage, rebounds. But when it comes to inside points, look, that's where they shine, 42-21. Now, you got to do something about that. And we went right to the head guy, Phil Jackson. We said, Coach, what are you going to do about that?
Well, tonight we're going to throw some different looks at the Knicks, different than we normally play our defense. We've yet to have a shoot-around today as we postponed it due to the late arrival of the team last night. But in the locker room before the game, we'll talk about some adjustments we're going to make and just throw a different number at them.
Well, I'll tell you something. The New York Knicks have personified inconsistency, Red, this season. Take a look at some of the numbers for this ball club. I mean, it's astounding. Obviously, they start the season as a pretty new team in the first 15 games. Hit stride at midseason, but the last 13 games, since they beat the Bulls on March 9th, they have been an enigma. Yeah,
you should be coming down that hill to the playoffs with a full head of steam. There, look at this. They're one game under 500, and look at the teams that they've lost to. They've lost to Dallas, New Jersey, twice, the Milwaukee Bucks and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And the Cleveland Cavaliers, Red, were without two starters in that ball game. Tyrone Hill was out of the lineup. They came in here, beat the Knicks by 20 points, and left the Knicks to wonder who they are.
Well, the New Jersey team beat them twice, you know, and they don't like that bragging rights here. Matter of fact, the fans in Madison Square Garden have been booing the Knicks as of late.
And they certainly have. Meanwhile, Jeff Van Gundy, the head coach, stopped practice yesterday, lectured his team for an hour. The players, the coaches have all said, we've got to find our identity. The Bulls personify identity. So the Knicks may have found it against the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls usually bring out the best in this New York club. Starting lineup, opening tip, just ahead on WGN.
Chicago Bulls basketball, brought to you by Miller Genuine Draft, reminds you it's time for a good old macro brew. Your local Ford dealer. See your favorite Ford dealer today and see why there's more to afford. McDonald's of Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. Have you had your break today? Montgomery Ward. AT&T, your true choice. Toyota and their full line of quality cars and trucks. And by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to go places. McDonald's donates $25 to charitables when any Bulls player slam dunks during the game. McDonald's of Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. Have you had your break today?
The familiar look of Madison Square Garden in New York. The Chicago Bulls getting set to take on the New York Knicks here tonight before another capacity crowd. The Knicks at 53-23 in a race for third place in the Eastern Conference in their playoff positioning battle going on, involving Atlanta and Detroit. We're just about set for the presentation of colors here before this crowd at Madison Square Garden. And in a moment, the performer on the national anthem will be Branford Marsalis.
Please welcome Colombian recording artist Branford Marsalis. Branford Marsalis. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. Tonight's game features the Chicago Bulls and your New York Knicks. The head coach of the Bulls is Phil Jackson. The assistant coaches Bill Cartwright, Frank Hamlin, Jimmy Rogers, and Tex Winter. The trainer is Chip Schaefer, assisted by John Linkmanowski. Now for the Bulls starting lineup. At guard, at 6'6" from Miami of Ohio, number 9, Ron Harper. At guard, at 6'6" from North Carolina, number 23, Michael Jordan. At forward, at 6'7" from Central Arkansas, number 33, Scottie Pippen. At forward, at 6'8" from Alabama, number 35, Jason Caffey. And at center at 7'2" from New Mexico, number 13, Luke Longley. Tony Kukoc and Randy Brown are injured and will not play. The coaches for your New York Knicks are Jeff Van Gundy, Don Chaney, Red Thibodeau, Tom Thibodeau, and Jeff Knicks. The trainers are Mike Saunders, Tim Walsh, and Greg Brittenham. And now, please welcome your New York Knicks. At guard, at 6'3" from Boise State, number 1, Chris Childs. At guard, at 6'6" from Tennessee, number 20, Allen Houston. At forward, at 6'7" from the UNLV, number 2, Larry Johnson. At forward, at 6'9" from Virginia Union, number 34, Tri-Captain Charles Oakley. And at center, at 7 feet from Georgetown, number 33, Tri-Captain Patrick Ewing. Tonight's officials are Joey Crawford, Luis Grillo, and Tony Brothers.
So Jeff Van Gundy and his New York Knicks set to take on Phil Jackson and the Chicago Bulls. The series as tight as it can get, 74-74. New York has won 7 of 9 regular season games here at MSG, including the last one between these two teams back on March 9th. But the Bulls come in at 67-10. They've won 4 in a row and 9 of their last 10 games despite a bevy of injuries, including Randy Brown, who will not play tonight due to a strained left Achilles.
Yeah, Randy will not dress, and of course you don't have Tony here and you don't have Dennis.
As far as the Bulls, they've only lost 10 games. Here is that select 10. Miami, Toronto, and New York are the only teams to have beaten the Bulls in each of the past 2 seasons.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. Phil said he wants to throw some defensive looks at the Knicks tonight. That'll be a little bit of a change. The Bulls got in here late or early in the morning, and they canceled their shoot around. They thought it was a little more important to get the rest.
The officials, Joey Crawford, Louis Grillo, and Tony Brothers. Tex Winter, the Bulls assistant coach, is not with the team tonight, got tonight off. So we wish Tex well and hope he enjoys the telecast of the game here tonight. Bulls in the traveling reds, the Knicks in the home whites. Ewing and Longley on the tip, controlled by New York. Houston and Childs, the backcourt tandem. And the Knicks have been a team that has gone pretty much as its guards have gone. Childs comes up short. Oakley knocked it out of bounds. Should be Chicago basketball, and it is. Oakley, Ewing up front, along with LJ Larry Johnson. To the Bulls, Harper and Jordan, Caffey and Pippen, and Luke Longley in the middle.
A lot of jawing between Larry Johnson and Scottie Pippen.
Harper way off the mark. It'll belong to New York. And John, that's something that began about a month ago, and following the Bulls' loss here to New York, Scottie Pippen made some remarks about Larry Johnson. He came back with some quotes later on in the week. And so that little war within the battle, just part of the Knicks Bulls series.
Well, Randy Brown will be missed here tonight because they have some strong guards, and I'd like to get jump ball. Nope, he's going to the hoop.
Michael Jordan on the foul. First foul of the game.
Looked like he went through the middle, and Michael had that ball all wrapped up, but Allen Houston will be at the free throw line to shoot a couple.
You know, Red, when the Knicks picked up Allen Houston, it seemed to me like this was a somewhat questionable move, in that Allen Houston is a quiet kid. You would not think he'd take very well to the New York media and the pressure of playing here in New York. It takes a special player to play any sport in New York. Houston makes good on a pair at the line. Allen Houston shooting about 42% overall from the field this season. 2-0 Knicks on top. Pippen off the weed, met by Johnson. Scotty off the glass. The Knicks have always tried to play Pippen physically, roughing him up a little bit and trying to literally knock him off his game. We'll see what happens here tonight. Ewing the turnaround over Longley. Patrick, the big game here on March 9th. Jordan to Luke. Michael against Houston. Gorgeous move. And the Bulls with 4 unanswered points. Houston for 3. Ring it up.
Well, they're talking about taking the ball to the hoop a little bit more to get to the free throw line, and that's not the case. What do we got here? Technical foul. Larry Johnson.
Yeah.
Well, we just talked about these guys having a running battle.
And it precipitates in a technical on LJ and Michael Jordan at the line. So the Bulls increase, well, have caught the Knicks now at 5 apiece. Opening 2 minutes in this first quarter. Good to have you with us tonight. Crowd still filing into Madison Square Garden. The traffic was unbelievable outside of this building tonight. Pippen finds Michael off his hand and out of play. The Bulls played last night and won at Indiana 86-80. Defensive struggle, to say the least. Both teams shot under 40% of that game.
Stepped out of bounds.
He sure did.
Right in front of Spike Lee. Wow, that's almost sacrilegious.
Back-to-back situations for the Bulls. This is the second end of a back-to-back. Pippen out front for three. Bulls by 3 at 8-5. Here's Childs off that screen by Johnson. Oakley gets the spot up from deep. A long 2 for Charles Oakley, the former Bull. Pippen looking to deal on Larry Johnson. Caffey with the turnaround. Jason Caffey, Red, coming off a strong ball game at Indiana last night.
Well, he had 16 rebounds in that game, Wayne, but we thought he got gypped out of a couple in the first half that he totally came down with.
Johnson to Oakley. Second for Charles. He has 4. And the Bulls by 1.
All right, who's up?
Jordan off the screen by Longley. Johnson rebounds for New York. Knicks can take the lead here. A little over 3 minutes gone by, first quarter. Childs bounce pass hit the baseline. It'll belong to Chicago off the New York turnover. And Red, the Knicks are a team that somewhat careless with the basketball, to say the least, at about 18 turnovers per game for this ball club. And that's pretty high when you consider that this is a playoff caliber team talent-wise. Pippen out front.
Pippen another 3. 8 points for Scotty.
And the Bulls lead it by 4. Houston to Johnson. Double down from Jordan and Longley. LJ knifing in. Crowd responding with Johnson's bucket. Here's Harper. Ewing came over and made a swipe at the ball, but Childs is the man who gets called for the foul for kneeing Harper from behind. Just under 8 minutes to go, first quarter. Bulls are leading by 2. Patrick Ewing takes it away. Harper. I think Harper got shaken up. He could not get to that loose ball. He was bumped by Ewing, who brushed by him. Yeah.
Talk to me, Ron. You need a 20?
I think they're going to need a timeout. Harp is doubled over.
Well, that lazy pass, and that's what happened last year. If you remember, just before halftime, Patrick Ewing picked that pass off and went all the way down, slam dunked that ball. So Chip Schaefer now is out taking a look at Harp. He looked like a pinball out there, just bopping around.
Let's see if we can pick it up again here. There's the pass from Scotty, and Patrick Ewing, a good break on it. Now watch the collision here with Harper. Yeah, you're right. He just got spun around, and then Harper unable to dive back for the loose ball. And Red, you have to be concerned at this point with the injury situation for the Chicago Bulls, because already you've got Weddington down, Rodman down, Randy Brown's down tonight. Tony Kukoc not playing here tonight.
Well, you've got about 20 points out of your lineup, and you've got just 20 rebounds with Tony and Dennis.
There's Randy Brown. Looked like Harp took the brunt of the move by Ewing in the shoulder area.
Might have got a little stinger there.
Yeah. Timeout on the floor. And it's a full timeout. Knicks and Bulls talk it over, and we'll be back.
If there's lots of places that you would like to see,
Fly Southwest Airlines, because friends fly free.
fly so you can learn.
Fly so you can earn. for romance.
Give it a chance.
Fly so you can dance.
Fly so you can cry.
Fly so you can yell. Fly because it's something that you were born to sell.
Fly, 'cause it's America.
From sea to shining sea.
And if you fly Southwest Airlines,
Your friend flies free.
Purchase full unrestricted fare 3 days in advance and by May 20th.
Juki, it's a party in a can. Juki is so fun and fruity, you'll be dancing in the sand. Juki make you really kooky, Juki make you manly man. Juki, woo! Ah, it's a party in a can.
Oh man, mine's busted. Trust your taste buds, not commercials.
Charles Oakley's just committed a foul as we pick up action again in this first quarter. Bulls leading by 2. And with the ball, Scottie Pippen gets a screen from Longley, and Pippen's been hot from the outside. Pippen with 10 points on 4 from the field, 2 trays. He's been hot the last 3 games, shooting 55% from the field. Ewing. Jump move on Longley. Harper claims the board. Off the floor. Ron Harper, good to see him stay in the lineup after getting shaken up moments ago prior to the timeout. Jordan looking for room over Ewing. Cassie had it stripped away, but as Childs grabbed it, he was standing out of bounds, so it'll belong to Chicago. Chris Childs, his play has been characterized as inconsistent since returning from injury a few weeks ago. Kick by Patrick Ewing. They should reload the shot clock. Apparently not. It was just last touch by Ewing. They're not going to reload the clock. Michael on the drop.
Looked like Jason Cappy with the save.
Looked like Jordan got held on that play. Pippen for 3. Johnson corrals. Childs on the move to Oakley, who spots up. It'll belong to Chicago up over the backboard. 6:38 to go in this first quarter. The Bulls leading by 4. Take a look at Michael. Let's see if we can pick anything up.
Yeah, he just was stopped a little bit short. He got to the pack, tried to reach in, and couldn't do it.
Back live, got a foul coming up on the Knicks.
Is that Ewing on the foul?
It is on Ewing. His first. 3rd on the team. Scottie Pippen heading to the line. Pippen 17 points in 37 minutes last night. Hey, the Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic returns this summer to Chicago's Grant Park. Call 312-455-4000 for more information. Check the Tribune on Wednesday or Sunday for an entry form. Sponsored in part by the Chicago Tribune, Coca-Cola, Pro Player, Columbia Healthcare, and AT&T. Luke Longley collects but cannot finish. Knocked out of bounds, last touch by Luke. And the Knicks start up offensively, trailing by 5. Bulls enjoy their biggest advantage. Jordan nearly had a pick, knocked it out of bounds. 11 to go on the shot clock for New York. And right in these first 6 minutes of this initial quarter, the Knicks still look like that team trying to find itself.
Yes. The responsibility is on the guards now to get that ball to the big man. Patrick Ewing hasn't scored.
Ewing just 2 shots so far in the first 6 minutes of the game. 0 for 2 from the field. Ewing gets a touch, but way outside. Patrick to Houston for 3. Bring it. Allen Houston, after the game the other night here at Madison Square Garden, a 20-point loss for the Cavaliers said, I'm going to become more aggressive offensively with my shots. Longley in close. Nicely done. Luke was met in the lane, but nonetheless able to finish, and the Bulls lead by 4. Harper triggers it loose and gets a timeout called. Great hustle by Ron Harper in the backcourt.
And that'll be a 20-second timeout. Yes, he dove for that play. Dove for it to get possession. Nice job by Harp.
So the two sides talk it over, and Ron Harper, a little congratulations for his hustle from his teammates. The Bulls come in tonight 151-24 since Michael Jordan returned from retirement. They were 89-58 without him. Jordan was struggling about 10 games ago, but over the course of the last 10 games, take a look at his numbers. Up by 10 points, shooting much better from the field. He's had 14 steals in the last 5 games. Pippen will inbound for the Bulls. Jordan and Harper continue in the backcourt. Caffey, Pippen, and Longley up front. Pippen for 3 again. Luke rebounds. Knocked out of bounds, and what do we got?
It'll be Bulls ball, but Michael wide open if he Luke would have caught him quick enough for the 3.
Bulls by 4. Jordan against Houston. Solo. Childs may have gotten a piece of it. Pippen rebounds. With time winding down on the shot clock, there was still 9 seconds to go, but Scotty, rather than trying to make a pass out of that, tried to manufacture a shot, and as a result, the Knicks get it back. Pippen trapped in that corner after hustling for the long carry. Ten to go on the shot clock. Larry Johnson. Houston finds LJ in the lane. Time winding down. Ewing fadeaway. Bailout attempt. And Ron Harper and the Bulls start up the other way. Bulls are just 2 of their last 10 shots from the floor, but the Knicks have not been able to make a move on them.
See if they send anybody to Michael here and let Houston.
Longley keeps it alive to Caffey. Knocked it away from Ewing. Jason spot up. Childs on the run. Houston 4-3. Houston again for 2. Luke rebounds. Almost looked like that shot went up and hit the shot clock. Both teams struggling offensively in this first quarter. Pippen was fouled by Johnson. It's the first on Larry Johnson, 4th on the team. Larry Johnson's numbers tonight just 2
on Patrick Ewing. Technical foul. There'll be no waiting around here now. Larry Johnson's trying to run him off. Louis Grove doesn't want to hear it. They get kind of gruff in this house, don't they?
They certainly do.
I mean,
that's the second technical foul on the Knicks here tonight. And Retta, I wonder if, and again, sometimes it's heat of the battle, but is some of this maybe designed to get a technical foul called and maybe get some fire into this ball club?
Well, you figure if anybody was going to call it, it'd be Joey. Joey has complete control over the game, Joey Crawford. But
exactly.
You can't constantly go in a man's ear.
John Starks is in the lineup, as you saw a moment ago, for the Knicks. He is a strong candidate for 6th Man of the Year award.
You want to get this, please?
Scottie Pippen now at the line with free throws. There is Starks. One for 2 for Pippen. So now Childs and Starks, the backcourt for New York.
Houston will be playing that small forward spot. Who's got him, Hart?
Ewing the turnaround. Loose ball foul coming up on the Bulls, and it's Jason Caffey. Three team fouls now on the Bulls. Not the best of starts for these two teams offensively. Starks, quick release. for 2. Boy, that's the thing he's done for this ball club, Red, is he has added a little fire off the bench. Jordan to Harper. Harper goes glass. He missed the jam. It's going to belong to Chicago as Starks came down with it with a foot on the baseline. Take a look at this.
Jason Caffey gets a tip from Michael. He goes up and he misses, hits it on the back of the rim. But when it came down, Starks was out of bounds with the ball. They're going to change this to 23 seconds or what?
They want 24. They want a fresh shot clock up there, and that's what they get. Here's Robert Parrish in for Luke Longley. Pippen tosses in. Scotty against Starks. Starks was pushing on him all the way, and he gets called for the foul. That's a pretty good mismatch in favor of the Bulls in terms of size. Scottie Pippen almost 6'8", and John Starks barely 6'5".
All right, Pip just trying to get good position to take it inside. Starks trying to be physical with him, not letting him go to the middle. 13 first quarter points for Pip.
Off to a strong start, to say the least. And he makes good on a pair at the line. 14 points. So far, he is totally outplaying his nemesis, Larry Johnson, who currently is on the bench for the Knicks. Childs sets it up for New York. Houston running hard off a screen by Oakley. Charles gets the spot up from deep for 2.
Well, he's got 3 long baskets.
Chicago's lead is 4. Pippen turns away from the double team and is fouled by Starks. Now that's the second right away, John, on Starks.
Taking advantage of a smaller John Starks, and we've got a timeout.
So the Knicks will be talking over matchup problems with 2:54 to go in this first quarter. The Bulls have been playing on the lead, 22-18.
Network computing from Sun Microsystems sorts all the freight flying into and out of Hong Kong. Serves as the backbone of what you know as the Internet and manages the power grid for large parts of North America. Imagine then the chaos, frustration, and darkness of a world without sun. Since the network is the computer has to be Sun.
The engineers of the Pontiac Grand Am make excitement a standard feature, right down to the exhaust system. They've designed it of stainless steel, not common metal. So instead of being rust-prone, it stays rust-proof. Everything on a Grand Am is built to be driven quite hard, which may explain why it's driven quite often. Grand Am, built for kicks, built for keeps.
Last time the Bulls were here, they dropped a 97-93 decision to the Knicks. We asked Phil Jackson, is revenge on your mind tonight?
Well, this game is not a real big factor for us as far as one loss. Of course, we'd like to win it, but it's a game in which is much more meaning for the Knicks than it does for us. The significance of beating the Bulls, and obviously the level that they played at since the last win they had here 13 games ago. But for us, it's a game in which we can experiment with, mess around with some of our bench players, let them get experience against a team that we consider a violent, I didn't mean to use that word, but a viable opponent for us in the playoffs.
Well, I think he could use violence, too.
In this series, there has been some violence over the years.
16 first-quarter points for Scottie Pippen.
Makes good on a pair at the line, and the Bulls enjoy a 6-point advantage. Oakley again from the outside, and Jordan is there. Everything for Charles Oakley has been from the outside. Pippen on the run. Dickie Simpkins in the lineup for the Bulls. Oakley digs it out to Starks. Childs feeds Ewing. Starks no look to Oakley baseline. Unchallenged. In close that time. Bulls by 4. Harper and Jordan the backcourt, then Parrish with Pippen and Simpkins up front. Ron Harper goes glass. Dickie Simpkins bangs away at it, but Charles Oakley has a rebound. He got poked in the nose. Foul is on Jordan, I believe. Second on Michael.
Just a little reach in, popped him in the Beezer.
Is that what that is?
I think it was right there.
I got a big one of those. Houston from the outside. He has 10. Strong first quarter for Allen Houston, who stepped up and took some of the blame for the loss the other night to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Pippen's got Starks, Childs down low now.
Tip to the fadeaway. Big first quarter for Scottie Pippen with 18 points. 18 of the 26 Chicago points. And the Bulls again by 4. Starks running hard on the wing. Quick release for 3. Starks again from the outside.
That's a 3. Bulls not getting that defensive rebound.
Knicks down by 1, and Jordan goes to work. Beautiful move. Michael got his man pinned and found the back door wide open. 6 for Jordan, and the Bulls by 3. Childs from the outside. Ring it up again. 3 for him. 4 3-point field goals for the Knicks here in this first quarter, and the offense picking up on both ends. Jordan traveled that time.
Buck Williams in the game now, and he has left his man and come right over to Michael Jordan. Steve Kerr comes in for Michael Jordan.
Meanwhile, Charlie Ward, the former Heisman Trophy winner out of Florida State, is in the lineup for New York at point guard. There's a look at Buck Williams, the veteran, and Michael has a seat on the bench.
Yeah, Ward and Childs didn't score a field goal the other day, did they, against Cleveland?
Nope. Houston driving on Pippen. Parrish the block.
Parrish the thought, huh?
I was thinking the same thing. You and I spent too much time together. Took the thought right out of my mind.
All right, we got a tie game. The Bulls will go for the last shot, it looks like here.
Time winding down to the quarter. Kerr looking for room. Time winding down to the shot clock. The Chief, will he get it off in time? No, the Knicks bail him out. Buck Williams with a foul. Oh my.
Parrish put the ball down, but Buck Williams came over, spread out, and that's in the penalty. So with 0.6 of a second.
Much as about 3 seconds to go here, and there it is. My goodness. Hey, we'll take it.
Chief got on the bus last night. He says, anybody see my jump shot? I said, no, but we found your left hand hooked.
Well, Robert Parrish over the years has played many big games here in this building as a member of the Boston Celtics. His 2 free throws give the Bulls a 2-point advantage as the first quarter comes to a close. Well, it was Scottie Pippen who stepped out front early and often in this one here tonight. Pippen with 18 points. 18 of the 30 Chicago points of the Bulls lead at the end of 1.
Cheryl Swoops has been College Player of the Year. She is an Olympic gold medalist. She holds the record for most points scored in an NCAA championship. She has a sneaker named after her. So, what is Cheryl Swoops now? A rookie.
Emptiness. Emptiness. How can I fill this empty void of emptiness?
It's not tricky. Eat something. Call me crazy, but I recommend the $4 Turkey Melt BLT Combo. Hot hand-carved turkey topped with maple sweet bacon and 4 ooey-gooey cheeses. A sandwich, side, and drink. Just $4. So get your $4 Turkey Melt BLT Combo today. Only at Boston Market. Trust me, eating is a good thing. Who's wearing cologne?
IndyCar racing, where the thoroughbreds of motorsports go head-to-head in a battle of science and sweat, where high-tech meets high-speed, and where all the horsepower in the world doesn't mean a thing if you can't get out of the pits. But while every race begins with a green flag, for Scott Pruitt and Patrick Racing, it starts with something else. The Duralast battery from AutoZone. Power you can depend on.
As a lawyer, she wants this case.
Plaintiff's attorney's your father.
As a daughter, she needs it.
I am sick and tired of being afraid of him.
But how far will she go to win it?
I am not destroying evidence.
Gene Hackman.
They're using you as a parlor trick.
Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio.
Did it ever occur to you that I might be a very good attorney?
Fighting a case that will tear them apart. Class action. Friday night at 7 on WGN. Write down the Bulls' high score, his point total, and the date of tonight's game, and send it on a postcard to WGN. You could win round-trip tickets on Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom.
Let's take a look at tonight's first quarter stats brought to you by AT&T 1-800-COMPARE. Knicks shot much better than the Bulls. The Bulls really struggled down the stretch offensively until their last two shots. Bulls had the edge on the boards in that first quarter.
Look at this lineup in here now. Dickie Simpkins, Brian Williams, Steve Kerr, Michael Jordan, and Judd Bushler.
Well, Bill said we'd see some different things tonight, and we certainly are. Michael tries to clear Houston and does. 8 for Michael Jordan. And the Bulls lead by 4. Meanwhile, Charlie Ward at the point for the Knicks starts on the wing. Buck Williams, Allen Houston, Charles Oakley complete the lineup. Simpkins the rebound. It's Bulls basketball. Biggest lead has been 6 points by Chicago here tonight. Brian Williams against Buck Williams. Oakley to starts. Bullet feed, Buck Williams. Nicely done on the break by the Knicks. 2-point Chicago advantage. Just underway, second quarter. Wayne Larrabee, Johnny Redcur with you tonight. Off the ball, Kerr is fouled by Charlie Ward. First on Ward. Won a Heisman as a quarterback over at Florida State. Jordan against Houston. Buck Williams is there. Knicks on the move. Starts a little rocker step on the drive. Got by Kerr. Oakley met by Brian Williams, but nonetheless he finishes, and Charles has 10. Patrick Ewing yet to score in this game, and we're a minute and a half into the second quarter. But the Knicks have gotten 10 from Houston and 10 more from Oakley to make up. Williams rolling across the lane gives the Bulls a 2-point advantage.
Big guy can put that ball down and take it to the hole, can he?
Sure can, Red. And you figure in another few weeks when he's in basketball shape, he'll be valuable to the Bulls in the playoffs. Starks had it knocked away from behind. Going to belong to New York. Last touch by the Bulls. Larry Johnson back into the lineup for New York, replacing Allen Houston. And Jason Caffey comes in for Dickie Simpkins in the Bulls lineup. Johnson on the inbounds to Williams. 8 to go on the shot clock. Starks fires for 2. 7 off the bench for John Starks. Tied at 34. Michael over Johnson. Tough shot. Larry Johnson commits the foul. That's his second.
Michael just gave him a little crossover move. Watch him go. A little crossover here, and then he goes down a baseline. He's going to fade away on a shot, and he gets hit across the right wrist and arm. Michael with 8 points, looking for 9 and 10.
Michael makes good on his first, and he will have another at the Bulls' second home playoff game. It's Ensure One hat night. First 10,000 fans entering the United Center will receive a Bulls hat. Compliments of Ensure One. Jordan puts in on 2. He's got 10 points now in the game. 9.5 minutes to go in this first half. Oakley again from the outside. His first 3 field goals were from 20 feet or more. Bulls by 2. Williams with 6 to go on the shot clock. Campy trying to dig it out. Charlie Ward in that tussle. Finally, it caroms out to Bushler. Williams lost the dribble, got it back, gave it up. Last touch by Oakley, who could not find a handle on that darn thing.
Whirling dervish out there, Brian Williams.
Oh, my. Somebody get a, as you would say, get a stick out there and kill that thing, for crying out loud. It's moving around too fast on us. Williams dealing baseline travel. After all that, a turnover. Okay. Bulls by 2.
Now you start to wonder, is there something the matter with Ewing not coming in the game?
Patrick getting a long break. Johnson against Bushler. Runs into plenty of traffic, has to manufacture a shot.
Somebody get that ball.
Exactly. I guess it doesn't come with handles, does it? 4 minutes gone by. Jordan for 3. Boy, the Knicks, Oakley really had his man sealed off well on that rebound. Buck Williams, good catch on the pass from Starks, but did not finish. Kerr at the baseline. Jordan's got Bushler in the corner. For 3.
Yes, sir. Judd Bushler just ran right over to that spot. Once Michael took it in, he knew where to look for him.
And the Bulls lead by 5. Timeout called by New York. Patrick Ewing ready to report back on. Michael Jordan and the Bulls, with 7:31 to go first half, have managed a 5-point advantage over the home-standing New York Knicks.
Circuit breaker. Check. Window heat. On. Take off warning horn. Check. Parking brake. Set. Radios, radar, and transponder.
Set and standing by.
Sunscreen. SPF 15. That's a check.
Southwest Airlines is going to Florida with low fares to Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Tampa Bay, and now Jacksonville. Florida's never been closer.
Cool shades. On.
central air conditioner is built so well, it might just last you till the next ice age. Heck, a Ruud air conditioner cools so well, it might even cause the next ice age. You can rely on Ruud.
Special financing now available.
On Saturday, April 19th, when the Bulls battle the New York Knicks, it's Gatorade White Hen Pantry Mini Basketball Night. First 5,000 kids age 14 and under entering the United Center will receive a Bulls Mini Basketball, compliments of Gatorade and White Hen Pantries. Well, the usual eclectic crowd on hand, led by Spike Lee at Madison Square Garden. Woody Allen and Soon Lee. Bill Murray's also in the crowd. Had his leather Bulls jacket on tonight for the occasion. Larry Johnson in close, knocked away and stolen by Bushler. Jason Campy sets it up. The Bulls leading by 5. Bushler finds Kerr on the weave. First 2 points for Steve Kerr give the Bulls their biggest advantage of the night, 7 points. Ward and Starks now the backcourt for New York. And the turnover, Knicks.
And that time some good pressure by Brian Williams, not letting Patrick just go down and take that position on the block. He fought him for it and they threw it away.
Kerr, tougher shot over Ward, got knocked to the floor, but no foul. Bulls on top by 7, and this is Starks. Larry Johnson against Bushler, double down from Jordan. The open man is Ward for 3. The Bulls will take that. Ward not as accomplished from the perimeter as some of the other guards for the Knicks, like Houston and Starks.
Pull Steve right back to him, Brian.
Brian Williams facing Ewing now. A quick turn to the left hand.
Good play.
Goaltending, Buck Williams. Brian Williams, his second from the field. He has 4.
Brian Williams putting some pressure on, making Patrick Ewing move around, play some defense, and he comes in here now. Buck Williams reaches up and knocks that one off the rim.
And the 9-0 run by the Bulls gives them their biggest lead of the night, 43-34. Williams denied that feed into Ewing. Starks to Johnson. Quick ball movement on the perimeter. Johnson gets an open 3. Larry Johnson with 5. Bulls by 6. Williams on the block, 10 to go. Starks up high for the board. Starks, quick release on Kerr. Fine shot off the move by John Starks. And the Chicago lead moments ago, 9 is down to 4. Williams going hard on Ewing. Crowd thought he traveled. Williams saves to Starks.
He's hurting now. Brian Williams hurt now.
Starks for 3. Chicago basketball.
Luke Longley comes in for.
Did you see him? Brian. Is he more winded than anything else, or did he pull a muscle, do you think?
Well, I don't know. He had some problems with a muscle strain, but it looks like he ran out of gas.
I think you're right. Watch this quick move, hard move on Patrick Ewing.
He misses the shot that way and then misses the little tap. He had a couple of them.
Back live, the Bulls. Luke Longley in the game to the right hand. Won't go. The tip by Michael Jordan. 12 points for Jordan. 12 relatively quiet points, would you say?
22nd timeout called by the Knicks.
And that'll give us time to remind you that on Saturday, April 19th, when the Bulls battle these very same New York Knicks, it's Gatorade White Hen Pantry Mini Basketball Night. First 5,000 kids age 14 and under entering the United Center receive a Bulls mini basketball, compliments of Gatorade and White Hen Pantry. Patrick Ewing read 12 years in this league, no titles, but it's not because of a lack of effort or performance on his part.
Well, he's the Ernie Banks. He's the Charles Barkley, I guess. He has done a job leading his team.
Well, take a look at it, though. When he started, you had the Lakers and Celtics trading off titles. Then the Pistons won a couple, and since then it's been, for the most part, the Bulls and Houston, obviously, since then. Houston's won 2, and the Bulls have won 4. Knicks resume. Ewing against Longley. Nearly threw it away, and in fact a steal by Harper. Kerr at the arc. Cappy open to the baseline. Buck Williams jumped down for the ride. His second personal foul.
If you're not shooting foul, they didn't get that ball up quick enough.
3 team fouls on the Knicks.
Steve Kerr finds Jason Cappy open. Jason with a fake. Here comes Charles Oakley back in the game for Buck Williams.
Bulls ball. They lead 45-39. Harper on the drive.
What happened to that ball? It disappeared.
Off the hands of Chris Childs and out of play.
You're a little discontent here.
Oh, there certainly is, Red. I'll tell you, in watching their game the other night, as you look at the turnover story, 8 already for the Knicks in this game. The crowd left in the fourth quarter, about halfway through the fourth quarter. And before they left, they let the Knicks know what they thought of their performance, and it was not pretty. I'm not sure where Luke was going with that one.
He was going over to Pip. Pip gave him a nice little fake, but he came back because they overplayed. Allen Houston trying to shake loose over there on the right sideline.
So the Knicks again with Childs rather in that backcourt, along with Allen Houston. Oakley up front with Larry Johnson, and there's the pass off the hands of Houston again.
Bulls need to get a shot now at the basket. They got a lot of perimeter stuff going on there.
You know, a lot of New York turnovers in this first half now, Red. What, about 9 turnovers for the Knicks? And yet the Bulls have been unable to really pull away to a double-digit lead.
They're outside.
Time winding down to that shot clock. Cappy tried to elevate, and they're going to say New York ball. Jason has gotten to the rim on a couple of occasions tonight and been unable to finish.
Yeah. Harper went down here, and then he finally pushes the ball on over to Jason Cappy, but I don't know what happened here. Cappy tried to go up. He did get hit a little bit by Ewing.
Patrick jumps into the lane. Kerr knocked it away. Scotty on the run. Steve Kerr. Cappy trying to post up at the baseline. Oakley pushed him to the floor. So on Charles, it's his second. 4 on the team.
Handling a little bit sloppy here.
Sure is.
Chicago.
Bill Jackson will talk it over. Michael Jordan might even join the huddle. 45-39. Bulls over the Knicks with 3:02 to go in the half.
Up here, I feel like traffic is miles away.
With the most horsepower in its class and its accommodating size.
Unlike some others, I have virtually unlimited capacity.
Yukon can make you feel invincible. Yukon by GMC. It puts you comfortably in command.
The Fizz cellular phone from Philips Magnavox.
Wayne Larrabee, Johnny Redker at Madison Square Garden tonight. Coming up on Monday night, we'll be back at the United Center. The Raptors and Bulls, starting with 3 cheers at 6:30, then Bullseye at 7, followed by the Bulls and the Raptors at 7:30 Central Time from the gorgeous United Center. Take a look at this. The interesting thing about this, not just the fact that they only have 5 points between them, they've only taken 7 shots between them. Larry Johnson and Patrick Ewing. Scottie Pippen. Jason Campbell battling along with Luke Longley, but Larry Johnson comes up with it. Double down from Pippen on Ewing. Quick ball movement. Johnson was open at the arc, but gave it up. 8 to go on the shot clock, and Ewing facing Longley. Yes, and a foul.
Luke didn't know what he wanted to do. Guard him going to the right, guard him going to the left. He just got frozen, and that's the first basket that Ewing gets. And off the bench, the Chief comes flying into the game.
Patrick Ewing, the last time these two teams played here, was 12 of 18 from the field, 8 of 13 from the line. He had 14 rebounds and 32 points, including a near miracle shot out of the corner that caught the side of the backboard and glanced in the final seconds of that game. Patrick completes the 3-point play. Bulls lead at one time was 9. It's down to 3. Scottie Pippen. 7 to go on the shot clock for MJ. Over Houston. The Chief.
Oh, yeah. Big rebound for Robert Parrish. Got 4 points in the game.
Bulls by 5. 2 minutes to go, first half. Ewing. Jordan starts it back the other way. Oh, no, look at Jason.
Got to catch that ball. Michael put a little fire on it, but you've got to catch that ball, first of all. Jason having a tough time offensively down there, isn't he?
Really is struggling
missing
tonight.
a few.
After the big game last night at Indiana, 14 points, 16 rebounds. Houston right on the money. He has 12, his first 2 points in the second quarter. Bulls again by just 3. Jordan backing Houston. Double down from Childs. Michael beginning to struggle from the field. Childs gets baseline. Ewing is the open man. Knicks starting to put things together offensively down the stretch of this first half. Under a minute to go in the second quarter. Bulls by 1. Parrish gets around Ewing, and it's slapped away. Chased down by Larry Johnson. Knicks can take the lead. It is going to belong to New York. Tipped out by one of the Bulls. Again, Childs made that move on the baseline. Starks is in for New York, and he's got the play.
30-point first quarter, now only 17 for the Bulls.
Childs gives it up to Harper. Man.
Bulls will take one, Michael says.
You can tell. It's plain to see where the Knicks are having problems, and it's in the backcourt this season. Time winding down. 7 on the shot clock for Michael. Harper, kick out 3. Nope. Houston intended for Childs, stolen by Harper. Michael, Scottie did not get it off in time. So the first half comes to a close. Michael Jordan with 12 points in the first half. Scottie Pippen with 18, all of which came in the first quarter. The Bulls head off at halftime with a 1-point lead, 47-46.
Tonight on WGN News, Tom Skilling is predicting a messy night with several inches of snow moving into the Chicago area, followed by rain tomorrow. We'll have a live report. And we'll show you how a suburban 911 dispatcher helped with a very special delivery. I'm Steve Sanders. Join us for WGN News after the game.
From Columbia Pictures.
There's something down there.
That's right.
No, I really mean it.
I really mean it, too.
Something big is coming.
From now on, everybody stays on board.
It smells your fear.
Do you hear that?
It feels your panic.
It's snakes out there this big.
And it will take your breath away. Anaconda, rated PG-13, opens everywhere tomorrow.
I'm a victim of child abuse. My life has been ruined because someone abused me very badly. Every day I fight to survive the flashbacks and nightmares. The effects are devastating, and for me, it's lasted my whole life. I suffer because I can't trust anyone. I want to fight back. I want people to know it's wrong to abuse children.
Give the people what they want. Oh, you got to give the people what they want. Give the people what they want. Hey, got to give the people what they want.
IndyCar racing, where the thoroughbreds of motorsports go head-to-head in a battle of science and sweat, where high-tech meets high-speed, and where all the horsepower in the world doesn't mean a thing if you can't get out of the pits. But while every race begins with a green flag, for Scott Pruitt and Patrick Racing, it starts with something else. The Duralast battery from AutoZone. Power you can depend on.
Doctor, he's having another relapse.
Great. 20 cc's hydrocine. Clamps.
Oh, I can't believe this. And I've got Bulls tickets tonight. Club level, mid-court. In fact, I think I even have one extra ticket.
You say you got an extra?
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA.
A late surge by the Knicks, and they are back in the game at Madison Square Garden. The Bulls up by 1 at the half. And welcome back to our studios here in Chicago. I'm Rich King. We'll go back to Madison Square Garden for the Bulls' first half highlights a bit later on. Now, as usual, though, we focus on the rest of the games in the NBA tonight. A rather busy evening. 10 games going on. We begin in Miami, where the Heat and Pistons strap it up for the second time this week. Otis Thorpe scoring for Detroit coming up in this play as he gets one down there. Miami won on Monday night at the Palace as Pat Riley looks on. They came back tonight. P.J. Brown with the dunk there in the follow-up. The Heat on a 5-game winning streak. And Tim Hardaway will fuel a 10-0 run here. Miami looking good in the first half. As we check the update there from Miami, there it is, 46-40 now, Heat up top in the third period of that ball game. Darrell Walker and the Raptors home against Orlando tonight. The first half was all Magic. Ronnie Cycli gets 2. The Magic trying to hang on to that 7th spot in the East. Horace Grant shaking off some back spasms. He gets the feed here from Penny Hardaway, and Horace is wide open for the stuff. Then a bit later on, it is buzzer beater time. Dennis Scott will score. Orlando with a 3-game lead in the Bullets for that 7th spot. As we look at the update in that ball game, and there it is. Boy, look at this. Magic all over the Raptors. 75-41 in the third. Also on tap tonight, the Milwaukee Bucks at New Jersey. Rookie Ray Allen capping off a fine rookie year for the Bucks. He gets 2 buckets to 2 points right there. These teams combined 8 games on the losing streak side. Tony Massenberg scores for New Jersey here, and that's the biggest losing streak. They have lost 5 in a row, and it could be 6 today because Big Dog Robinson scores down low for Milwaukee. as we take a look here at the bucket. He gets the ball and stuffs it down here. Let's see what's going on there at the Meadowlands right now. Bucks up by 1, 50-49 in the third. Let's go around the NBA now and check the rest of it. Just underway, Dallas against Seattle, also Vancouver against Houston, and Portland taking on San Antonio. And later on, Minnesota against the Clippers. We have Denver at Golden State, and Phoenix takes on Sacramento. So that is the story in the NBA tonight. We come back, history and near history at Wrigley Field, the story of the Cubs and the White Sox after a break.
Chicago Bulls basketball on WGN is brought to you by Miller Beer. Taste the taste of Miller Beer, the one with the red label. By the Discover Card, proud partner of the Smithsonian's 150th anniversary. And by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you'll have the freedom to go places.
Undercover.
Here goes nothing.
And playing for keeps.
Hey, what the hell's going on here?
Ken Wall goes inside the mob.
Get him for you, Stan.
Get wise to Wise Guy.
Want me? Yeah.
Tonight at 10 on WGN.
Enterprise rent a car for my trip? Looks expensive.
It's not expensive, Mom.
They pick us up? Sounds expensive.
Pickup's free, Mom.
Well, if it's not expensive, why didn't I get a convertible?
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Emptiness. Emptiness. How can I fill this empty void of emptiness?
It's not tricky. Eat something. Call me crazy, but I recommend the $4 Turkey Melt BLT combo. Hot hand-carved turkey topped with maple sweet bacon and 4 ooey-gooey cheeses. A sandwich, side, and drink. Just $4. So get your $4 Turkey Melt BLT combo today. Only at Boston Market. Trust me, eating is a good thing. Who's wearing cologne?
Just open up a Juki, it's a party in the can. Juki is so fun and fruity, you'll be dancing in the sand. Juki make you really kooky, Juki make you manly man. Juki, woo! Ah, it's a party in the can.
Oh, man, mine's busted. Trust your taste buds, not commercials.
There's only one garage that's filled to capacity with these top brand tires. Sears Auto Center. And right now, select Michelin tires are on sale at guaranteed unbeatable prices. And remember, the pressure's on us to deliver. Select Michelin tires on sale at Sears. No matter what's parked in your garage, chances are you'll find a tire for it in ours.
So, you want to see my Discover Card statement?
I am very, very prissy.
Put up or shut up! I love to be pampered. I go have my hair done. I love to go have my nails done, have pedicures, manicures. My biggest weakness would have to be shoes. Cashback bonus award really floats my boat.
How many credit cards make a statement like that?
I am definitely a shopaholic.
It pays to Discover. Use it where you see the Novus sign.
And welcome back to the halftime report. Now the sad tale of Chicago baseball today. The Cubs off to their worst start ever at 0-8. As you might expect in the crazy world of baseball, that was not the top story at Wrigley Field today. The Florida Marlins in town, the very first inning. Gary Sheffield drives a run in with his base hit to center. And after that, the former Sox hurler Alex Fernandez made a bid at history. He had a no-hit ball going for 9 1/3 innings. Ryan Sandberg struck out 4 times. Alex always pitches well in the cold. One away in the ninth, though, as Cubs finally get a hit. Watch this. Dave Hansen, pinch hitting, smashes one off Alex. It's in there, but the Cubs would go on to lose that game by a score of 1-0.
I knew I had good control with all my pitchers, and Greg Zahn did an excellent job behind the plate. He was Charlie was a late scratch, and he was jump in there and did an excellent job. We got the run we needed, and we played excellent defense. So all in all, it was really a good Florida Marlin win.
Just worked out, you know. We hit a lot of balls better than that were caught. You know, that's baseball.
The Sox also had a cold matinee at Comiskey. Fans pumped up. The Blue Jays grabbing a 2-0 lead in the second. This is a wild pitch by James Baldwin. The Jays never looking back. They'd go on to win 4-0. Albert Bell 0 for 4, 3 for 21 of the homestand. The Sox 1-4 in those 5 games. On to more pleasant matters now. The Masters at Augusta, round 1. This is Tiger Woods in the 17th hole. Tiger on 30 on the backside to go at 70 for the first round. The most spectacular shot of the day belonged to the leader. This is John Houston, a 5-iron on 18. Watch this, his second shot. You can barely see the hole, and it will go in there for the eagle. John Houston, a spectacular shot, a 67, a one-shot lead at Augusta. The Bears today signed veteran receiver Ricky Prohl to a one-year contract. Prohl in his 8th year. He was in Seattle the past 2 years with Rick Meyer. Prohl played his college ball at the University of Arizona. The Bears also today waived Michael Timpson to make room for Ricky Prohl on the roster. So that's the story from here at halftime. More Bulls basketball right around the corner. We'll be seeing in the news afterward with expanded coverage of that near no-hitter by Alex Fernandez at Wrigley Field this afternoon. See you then.
When I was 12 years old, I told Red Auerbach that I'd be the first woman to play for the Celtics. Sorry, Red. I'm booked.
This is for my grandfather, who always said I'd make the family proud. For my mom, who never let me out the door without my homework. For my dad, who worked the night shift to make our lives better.
Playing 3 off for Spotty.
For myself, for my future.
The engineers at the Pontiac Grand Am make excitement a standard feature, right down to the exhaust system. They've designed it of stainless steel, not common metal. So instead of being rust-prone, it stays rust-proof. Everything on a Grand Am is built to be driven quite hard, which may explain why it's driven quite often. Grand Am. Built for kicks, built for keeps.
In the desert, you may never run this hard, this far, or this fast. But it's the extremes of off-road racing that help us build our longest-lasting battery ever, the Duralast battery from AutoZone, the official battery of the Score Desert Championship Series. A battery so tough, so dependable, it comes with a 2-year free replacement guarantee. The next time you hit the open road, don't settle for anything less. The Duralast battery. Power you can depend on.
Only Sears is filled to capacity with these top Michelin tires. And right now, these select tires are on sale at guaranteed unbeatable prices. Only at our garage. Sears Auto Center.
Imagine your feet are under attack by many flesh-eating predators. That's athlete's foot. To cure them all, you have to kill them all. Lotrimin AF. Full prescription strength medicine. The brand doctors recommend most. Lotrimin AF, the killer cure.
Enterprise? Hi, I'm at the repair shop. I need to rent a car.
Enterprise will arrange to pick you up,
This is great.
drive you to our place, and get you on your way. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Back at Madison Square Garden in New York, the Chicago Bulls leading by 1 at halftime over the New York Knicks in what was a tale of 2 quarters, I guess you'd say. The Bulls scored big in that first quarter, Red. But in the second quarter, things tightened up considerably, and the Knicks outscored them 18-17 in the second quarter.
Right, high scoring first quarter at 30-28. I didn't expect that. Patrick Ewing didn't score until way late into the second quarter. But we had highlights, so let's take a look at them right now. First half highlight, we'll take a look at Scottie Pippen. Just comes up on Larry Johnson, knocks down a 3. That's one of Pip's first 3 of 18 points he had. Patrick Ewing fires it in the corner, and Allen Houston is able to get a 3 back for them. Michael Jordan takes Houston down low. He's going to give him a little crossover. Stop, pop, knocks it down. John Starks on a runaway drive to the basket, but Charles Oakley taps it up, goes back up, and puts it in the hole himself. Patrick Ewing's going to get his first basket. Here he comes on Luke. And he just goes on in, makes the basket, and draws the foul.
Halftime statistics. The Bulls made just 3 of their last 14 field goal attempts down the stretch and scored only 2 points in the last 4 minutes and 42 seconds. Points off turnovers. You look at the turnover story. The Knicks had 12 turnovers. The Bulls really failed to capitalize. They only had 8 points off of those 12 turnovers. Inside points, we talked about that in the open of the program tonight. The Bulls had a slight edge inside against the Knicks. Leading scores in the game, all of those 18 points for Scottie Pippen came in the first quarter. He did not score in the second quarter. Allen Houston led the way for New York with 12 points. The Montgomery Ward leading scores.
Pip only got 1 shot in that second quarter. He was 5 for 10 in the first quarter. Didn't play an awful lot as Phil tried to spot his players around and save something for the second half.
Forward upcoming games, and here is what is ahead for the Chicago Bulls. Take a look at it. On Sunday, the Bulls will be at Detroit. Then Monday, we've got that game for you on the Superstation against Toronto. And then Wednesday at Miami. Chicago area viewers will enjoy that ball game. And then the Knicks wrap it up against the Bulls on Saturday the 19th. The Bulls come in with 67 victories, becoming the first team in NBA history to post back-to-back 70-win seasons. And the Bulls, with their starting backcourt of Harper and Jordan, Pippen, Longley, and Caffey up front. The Knicks counter with Childs and Houston in the backcourt, and then Larry Johnson, Charles Oakley, and Patrick Ewing. Bulls in possession, 5 to go on the shot clock for Scottie Pippen.
Pip doesn't know.
Pippen didn't get it off. Well, Johnson blocked it anyway, and it's a shot clock violation. You're right, John. I don't think Scottie ever realized
knew what was going on.
And that's an unusual error for Pippen to make. Usually very aware of the shot clock situation on the floor. So the Bulls give it up to the Knicks, who have a chance to take the lead in the early going second half. Johnson in close. Oh! Jason Caffey appeared to get the ball, but Joey Crawford calls him for the foul.
Good post-up position by Larry Johnson. Gets it down low. Gets a nice pass in.
Watch this, Fred. He really gets it deep on the block.
You can't get it much deeper than that. Look at that. And then he goes up, makes the fake, and then Jason Caffey on the foul.
Larry Johnson off the mark on his first, came in averaging 13 points a game. Been hot the last 3 games, however, averaging 18 points and 62% shooting from the floor. Misses a pair at the line. Pippen bats it over to Longley. Bulls basketball in the opening minute of this third quarter. Ewing trying to tomahawk it away from Longley. Good look to Jason Caffey, who had it stripped away.
And the bullet. It's like they can't see out there. Maybe the
why don't you give them your glasses?
What was it, the morons that took their power in Space Jam?
I guess. You're right. Do you think those characters are alive and living in a New York sewer somewhere? Those Space Jam characters? The villains? Here's Longley with a hook shot, and that does find the rim. Luke, with just a second from the field, he has 4 points. Bulls lead it by 3. Pippen jumps out on Childs. Now doubles down on Larry Johnson. Childs gets an open look. Jason Caffey the rebound. Scottie against Larry Johnson. Longley into Ewing, blocked by Patrick. Oakley saves to Houston. Quick feed, Larry Johnson fouls on Scottie Pippen on the slap.
I'll tell you what, it looks like the Bulls are still in the locker room. They've been really slow to react here. Guys drifting around.
Watch this again. Scottie just slapping at it. It was a very quick entry feed to Larry Johnson that set that up. You're right, John. I mean, the Bulls appear to be a little lethargic here at the outset of the third quarter. Johnson has missed a pair at the line, and he makes his first on this trip. There's
Well, we
Phil
know one
Jackson.
thing. The Bulls only have one more back-to-back. This is another back-to-back in late, playing a tough opponent.
2 for 2 on that trip for Johnson. He has 7 points in the game. Well, this next back-to-back and the last one of the regular season will be Sunday at Detroit, and then Monday against Toronto at the United Center. Jordan lost it on the crossover, able to collect.
Look at it, Jason.
Harper for 3.
Oh, Rick, man.
Check his union card. Johnson off a quick feed from Houston, goes back for it.
Larry Johnson having his way now. He's got 9 points, and the Knicks take the lead by 1 point.
Pippen for 3, and the Bulls right back on top. Scottie Pippen with 21. His first points since the initial quarter. Childs chased to the baseline. Ewing finds LJ from the arc for 3. Knocked out of bounds. Whoa, they're calling New York ball. Looked like Childs tipped it out. Johnson will inbound for New York. Charles Oakley. And the Knicks and Bulls tied at 52. Harper trying to post Childs on the block. Luke Longley dealing on Ewing, and we got a push on Patrick. His second. Non-shooting affair, obviously. We are early going in this, the third quarter. Bulls and Knicks tied at 52. Longley trying to force that feed to Jordan. Oakley there to intercept. Houston on the run. Childs backs it out against Longley. Quick ball movement. Oakley again open. 14 for Charles Oakley. And the Knicks lead by 2, 54-52. Pippen for 3. Houston rebounds. Harper reached in, and he gets called for the foul. His first. Already the third team foul on the Bulls. Still over 8 minutes to go in this third quarter. And a lot of times, Red, that's because you're a step late to the play.
Yeah. Sloppy quarter. The only guy looking at the hoop right now is Charles Oakley, and he's been pretty good.
Ewing.
Travel.
Yep. Seems like for Patrick tonight also, Red, it's taken him a long time to make up his mind. Let's pause for station identification.
This is America's #1 sports station, WGN-TV, Chicago.
WGN News follows our game tonight. Longley. Oakley rebounds. New York by 2. Childs to the lane. Houston for 3.
They've got a little momentum going here now, and they're reinforcing the issue. The Bulls are just lethargic offensively. They just don't have anything going.
The Bulls just 5 points in the first 4.5 minutes of the quarter. Longley kicked it out of bounds, went off his knee. Brian Williams, Dickie Simpkins, Randy Brown, Phil Jackson on the Bulls bench.
Give me some matches. I'm going to burn those snakes that are under their chairs. There's something happened here at halftime.
New York by 5. Biggest lead of the night for the Knicks. Good look. Ewing into LJ. Did not finish it. Loose ball foul, New York. It's on Charles Oakley. His third, second on the team. Break in the action, but the first portion of this third quarter very much in favor of the New York Knicks, who pulled ahead of the Bulls by 5.
The cat didn't know what to think. So, take your chances. Have some upper practice swing. Yes. And he wins. The crowd goes crazy. Champion. Boom.
Available at Foot Locker.
The engineers of the Pontiac Grand Am make excitement a standard feature, right down to the exhaust system. They've designed it of stainless steel, not common metal. So instead of being rust-prone, it stays rust-proof. Everything on a Grand Am is built to be driven quite hard, which may explain why it's driven quite often. Grand Am, built for kicks, built for keeps.
Back at Madison Square Garden, the Knicks have come out in this third quarter in much finer fashion than have the Bulls, and thus New York has taken the lead. Take a look, even the inside guys have gone outside, with Charles Oakley hitting from just inside the arc, and then Allen Houston, you expect him to light it up from three-point land, and he does. He is 5 of 9 from the field overall in the ball game here tonight. Bulls just 2 of 8 shooting to start the third quarter. They've been outscored 11 to 5. Jordan loses the handle on it, picked up by Oakley. Boy, the Bulls resemble the Knicks, turning it over now on nearly every possession.
They don't even resemble the Knicks turning it over. They resemble, what's the worst team in basketball? Boston?
Well, let's not get carried away.
Well, they got 5 points in this quarter, and they just turned the ball over. Michael with the block.
Allen Houston's shot came up short as a result of that block. Houston had to force it with the shot clock winding down, and now Harper. Pippen bumped by Johnson. It'll be a non-shooting affair. Johnson, third personal foul. New York on a 7-0 run. Since the final stages of the second quarter, the Knicks have outscored the Bulls 15 to 5. Jason Campy. Ewing rebounds. Boy, nothing going now for the Bulls. Under 6 minutes to play in the third.
They've got a 5-point lead, and it looks like a lock.
Johnson gets to the hole and a foul.
11 points for Johnson.
Pippen's second personal.
Phil can't pull any of the right plugs here today to get his team going. They've got 5 points. They're deep possession again by Larry Johnson.
We talked about how the Knicks in the first 2 games of this series had outscored the Bulls big time.
Well, 8-point lead.
Inside.
Yeah, 8-point lead here is a big lead.
We talked about inside points heavily in favor of New York in the first 2 games of this series. The Bulls had a 16 to 8 to 14 edge, and there's Harper from the outside.
His first basket of the game, and it's a 3.
Bulls had a 16 to 12 edge over the Knicks in inside points at halftime, but here in the second half, as you mentioned, Red, the Knicks have been getting it done inside the paint more often than not. With deep post-ups. Now Ewing facing Longley. Ewing from the outside. Patrick Ewing's first field goal in the third quarter. 7 points in the game. Five minutes to go. Longley, quick feed. Jason Campy. Beautiful bounce feed by Luke Longley through traffic.
This is where the Bulls miss Tex Winter, too. He's tracking that offense to see what's working and what's not working. Right now, nothing working. Tex, send us something.
We know you're watching.
Johnny Harper picks up foul number 2.
That's 5 team fouls. So Childs goes to the line with 4:41 to go in the third quarter. Phil Jackson on the Bulls bench, as Red mentioned. You know, the other factor that comes to play here in this late season as Childs misses on his first, is the fact that the Bulls don't have as deep a bench.
Absolutely
with
not.
the injuries.
Randy Brown is out with an injury, did not dress for the game, and of course you got Tony Kukoc out with that bad foot, and Dennis Rodman with the knee. Bill Wennington out with a bad foot too.
Childs has 4 points. The New York lead is 6. Jordan played by Houston. Pippen open for 3. Johnson running at him, but Scotty right on the money. That is his 4th tray of the game. Bulls back to within 3. Longley denied the interior feed to Ewing, but commits a foul in the process. His second, and Patrick will go to the line.
Well, this is what happens now. You try to toughen up that defense. Before you're reaching out and grabbing people, you try to reach in there and knock the ball away, and you put them to the free throw line.
I didn't see much contact there, but enough for the officials to blow the whistle on it and put Ewing at the line. Second upcoming for Ewing. 9 for Patrick. New York again by 5. Coming up on 4 minutes to go in the third. Jordan gets a screen from Longley. Michael, tough shot over Houston. Caffey fouled on the way to the bucket. Looked like Ewing, who met him on the play, got the body on him. They're calling it on Oakley, however. Oakley's 4th. 4 on the team. Jason with 4 points here tonight. Hey, the Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic returns this summer to Chicago's Grand Park. Call 312-455-4000 for more information, or check the Tribune on Wednesday or Sunday for an entry form. Sponsored in part by the Chicago Tribune, Coca-Cola, Pro Player, Columbia Healthcare, and AT&T. Happy misses 2. Knicks by 5. Just under 4 minutes to go in the third. Childs backing Harper. Johnson comes out to get it with Pippen draped all over him. Houston in the corner. Ewing spot up. Rarely will he miss from there. 11 for Patrick Ewing. 6 here in the third. The Knicks by 7. Pippen finds Harper at the arc for 3. Buck Williams rebounds. New York on the run. Houston checked by Harper. Ewing gets baseline on the drive. The foul is on Caffey early in the play, but Ewing will go to the line anyway.
All the action on the other side of the floor. Patrick Ewing just standing over there on the right wing. The ball comes over to him. He takes it in hard, and they'll go back to the free throw line.
4 on Jason.
This will be number 10 and 11 free throw shot in this quarter.
Patrick on the right side of your screen, wide open. Timeout is called on the floor. So the New York Knicks have come out and been the aggressor in this third quarter, and as a result, they've turned a 1-point deficit into an 8-point lead with 3:05 to go in the third. Hey, summer's just around the corner, and the Bulls and Gatorade are getting ready for the annual Gatorade Chicago Bulls Summer Basketball Clinics. 10 free clinics will be held throughout Chicagoland beginning in late June. Call 312-455-4000 for more information. Wayne Larrabee, Johnny Red Kerr at Madison Square Garden in New York, where Patrick Ewing and the New York Knicks have outscored the Bulls 22-13 so far in this third quarter. I mentioned earlier the Bulls at 67-10, trying to become the first team to post back-to-back 70-win seasons in NBA history, but the Knicks here in this third quarter have been more than equal to the task that the Bulls have been able to present. The Bulls in the second end of a back-to-back situation, having played last night at Indiana. Dickie Simpkins in the lineup, along with Brian Williams for the Bulls and Steve Kerr. Jordan steps away from Houston and leaves it short. Childs comes back the other way. The Bulls have been cold since about midway through second quarter. Good catch by Johnson and the conversion.
Well, Johnson having his way now. He's got 14 points, doing whatever he wants down low, and Bulls have no answer.
Scottie Pippen, 26 for him. 8-point lead, New York. Childs gets a screen from Ewing. Little screen roll to Patrick. Williams picks him up defensively, but Patrick Ewing, 14 for him, 9 in the third quarter, and the Knicks again by 10.
Michael coming down, but everything a little bit short here.
Oh, great move. Goaltending Ewing. Score the field goal for Michael.
Michael's first in this quarter. He's got 14. Starts to go to the middle, then he wheels underneath, and Ewing comes to wipe it out.
Knicks by 8. Johnson for 3. Michael rebounds. Pip on the move against LJ. Blows by Scottie Pippen. And the Bulls are back to within 6 after being down by 10 moments ago. Under a minute and a half to go in this third quarter. Buck Williams delivers the screen. Childs, the open three. Bring it up.
Bulls not covering that hole at all now. Childs with his second three of the game. He's got 7.
Pippen through the lane. Williams. Whoa. Yep, didn't look good at all on that shot. Here's Houston. Drive. And the Bulls back the other way, dodging a bullet there. Kerr for 3. Lead for Buck Williams. New York by 11.
Bulls digging herself into a big hole. Looked like a very tired team. Pick for 3, long 3.
Scottie Pippen with 31 points, 5 3-point field goals. Mike who? Pippen trying to keep the Bulls in this game. They're down by 8. Knicks working it as long as they can. 4-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. Buck Williams off the baseline.
They're working their offense to perfection.
And the Bulls getting very little rotation defensively. Scottie. Dickie Simpkins from the outside. He connects. 0.7 of a second remain, and that will do it. Charles Oakley, a smile on his face. His Knicks have come out and responded to Phil Jackson and the Bulls in this third quarter. The Knicks go into the lead by as many as 11. They lead by 8 as we head to the fourth.
What are you doing, George?
Waxing again?
If you want real protection.
And a brilliant shine.
You need this. Polyglycoat.
Just use it once.
Polyglycoat will bond with your car's paint and leave a tough, high-gloss finish.
It's guaranteed to last 4 years.
Or triple your money back.
And it's so easy to do. You can do it in your suit.
Polyglycoat, it's 4 years strong.
For a shine 4 years long.
I was just saying to myself, Wimpy, I said, did you say hamburgers? Mustard? Ketchup? Oh, happy day! Oh, happy hamburger day!
Work boots. Tough on the outside, tough on your feet inside. Not enough cushioning. Dr. Scholl's Maximum Comfort work insoles give you 100% more cushioning. They make work easier on your feet.
Here's a look at the Chicago Bulls WGN Superstation schedule, brought to you by AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. Damon Stoudemire, Marcus Camby, and the Toronto Raptors will battle Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and the rest of the Bulls at the United Center April 14th.
Open up a Juki, it's a party in a can. Juki is so fun and fruity, you'll be dancing in the sand. Juki make you really kooky, Juki make you manly man. Juki, woo! Ah, it's a party in a can.
Oh man, mine's busted. Trust your taste buds, not commercials.
Write down the Bulls' high score, his point total, and the date of tonight's game, and send it on a postcard to WGN. You could win round-trip tickets on Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom.
Wayne Larrabee, Johnny Redker back at Madison Square Garden. Take a look at the Knicks working their offense to perfection right on the Ameritech playbook.
Now, nobody comes over here to help, and Brian Williams with some pretty good defense there, but Ewing knocks it down.
Start of the fourth quarter. Knicks made 8 of their last 10 shots in the third, and that went off the mark. Ewing guilty of a loose ball foul. The Bulls finished strong in the third quarter as well, making 8 of their last 13 shots.
Shot was missed here, and Brian Williams was blocking Ewing out. Ewing just pushed him a little bit. Desperately close to losing to a team for the second time this year.
Steve Kerr with a tough shot. He has 4. John Starks, Charlie Ward, the backcourt for the Knicks. And Starks trying to make something happen. Ewing.
Nobody has beat this team twice this year. And these guys got a good chance, and then they got one more game.
Oh, beautiful feed. Brian Williams to Scottie Pippen.
One more game at the end of the year, and that could be for the season series.
The Knicks with Charlie Ward and Starks, as I mentioned, to the backcourt, and then Buck Williams, Allen Houston, Patrick Ewing up front. Starks over to Kerr. That teardrop jumper off the baseline, and Starks has 11. Knicks by 8. Williams against Ewing, double down, had it knocked away by Starks. Right back goes Buechler to Williams. Scottie Pippen. Starks commits the foul, reaching in his third. The Bulls with Kerr on the floor with Buechler, Pippen, Simpkins, and Williams. So some strange lineups for Phil Jackson tonight. Williams off the mark there. Childs has replaced Houston in the lineup for New York. Childs gets baseline, feeds Ewing. Simpkins backhands to Ward on the drive, who draws the foul on Williams.
That was a chance you got to take the rebound yourself instead of just back tapping it. Put the man at the free throw line.
There it is again, and Williams getting over to try to pick him up in the lane. Charlie Ward makes his first, and he'll have another. Michael Jordan up off the Bulls bench, reports on. He replaces Pippen.
Michael, 4 for 13, is that say over
there? Ward with a pair. And the Knicks lead by 10. Opening 2 minutes, fourth quarter. Williams jumps into the lane to the left hand. Tough shot. Starks on the run. Denied by Buechler, and Williams chased down by Buck Williams.
Starks wide open
for 3. That might have brought the house down. Williams to Buechler. Spot up 3. Ring it up.
Bush's second 3.
And the Bulls are not finished yet. 9:34 to go. Timeout called on the floor. It's a 20-second timeout for New York. The Knicks have their lead sliced to 85-78 off the three-pointer by Judd Bushler, who Red has been finding his shot slowly but surely in this frustrating season for him. Starting to shoot that tray a little bit better in recent weeks. Take a look at the three-pointer. Comes off transition for the Bulls, and Bushler getting a good look from the outside. And the Bulls again, do they have another run left in them? One would figure they'd better make it now, trailing by just 7. Biggest lead for New York, 11 points. The Bulls at one point of the first half had a 9-point advantage. Charlie Ward takes it across for the Knicks against Kerr. Ewing wants it on the block, and he gets it. Double down from Jordan. Starks, 3, short. Ewing picks up off the floor. 18 now for Patrick Ewing. 9-point lead, New York. 9 minutes to go. Fourth quarter. Kerr, tough shot, was fouled. Charlie Ward picks up his second. And Red, it looks to me like the Knicks, what they've done in this second half is really extend the defense to the perimeter for the most part.
Yeah, they're just overplaying the Bulls. The Bulls have no inside game at this stage. Longley with 4 points. Brian Williams with 4 points. Parrish with 4. But they're getting nothing down low.
Miller Lite scoreboard. You catch the scores going by. Houston leading Vancouver. Sacramento, or San Antonio rather, on top of Portland.
Bulls are 9-1 in their last 10 games. They've won 4 in a row. The Knicks are 5-5 in their last 10, and they lost their last game.
The Knicks have brought an intensity to the second half that they did not display against Cleveland the other night. Buck Williams off the baseline got a good look. Jordan rebounds. 8.5 minutes to go in the game. Bulls down by 8. Williams waiting for someone to move. Jordan. Nice slip feed to Williams. He was met by Buck Williams, and Brian will be going to the line. Third personal on Buck Williams, but that feed from Michael Jordan was pretty. Watch it again.
Patrick Ewing comes on out, and Brian Williams takes that ball up and in.
So Brian Williams at the free throw line. 4 games with the Bulls so far, this being his 5th. And what for him really is an audition for next year. That's the purpose for him. Of course, for the Bulls, the purpose is that this guy will be a bona fide presence in the playoffs. And I think he will be if all goes well. He remains healthy and he's in basketball shape. And he's getting there. 6 points for Brian Williams. And Reddy seems somewhat comfortable as the Bulls bring pressure to the backcourt. He's pretty comfortable in the offense. Williams misdirects the pass by Buck Williams to Patrick Ewing, who was flying free at the baseline. So that's saved an easy 2 for the Knicks. I mean, Brian Williams to me looks much more comfortable than most people who step into the Bulls offense virtually off the street.
Yeah, he learned the offense pretty quickly.
16 to go on the shot clock for New York. Childs gets the penetration. Pass to Ewing, knocked away. Childs tipped it last. Should be Bulls ball. Let's see if we can pick it up. It's not going to go that way. Well, apparently it was last touched by Williams. Brian Williams, that is.
Offensive foul on Ewing.
For Patrick, his 4th. Just under 8 minutes to go in the game. Jeff Van Gundy on the bench. Calls on Alan Houston to report on, replacing Charlie Ward.
Oakley for Ewing.
There is Houston. Bulls are trailing by 6. Here's Michael. It's the step baseline. Try to beat Simpkins. Batted out to Bushler. Kerr, another tough shot. Williams bangs away at it. Gonna belong to Chicago. Or is it? Yeah, it's gonna be Chicago. Last touch by Oakley. It was Grillo made the call. See if we can track it for you. Yep, last touch by Charles, it appeared. Back live with the Bulls on the attack. Michael to the fall away. Only the second field goal of the second half for Jordan. Childs hustles it across to get a New York timeout with 7:15 to go in this ball game. The Bulls, who have struggled throughout, are back to within 4 despite a harrowing second half.
Hey, is that what I think it is? Yeah, it's my new Wagner power painter. Well, can you edge with it? Yeah, you can edge like this or adjust it to control the paint up close. And when I'm done, I'm gonna switch nozzles and stain my deck. Do a lot of other jobs I've been meaning to do. Well, does it clean up easy? Yeah, it's quicker than you think. Why am I painting this by hand? Good question. Get a Wagner.
There's something on my Discover card statement that's a surprise. It's seafoam green. It looks like something from the 50s. It looks vintage. My husband will absolutely freak out when he sees it. He's going to be so excited. I like makeup because I never wore very much before I started singing professionally. My favorite color is a color called faux, as in fake. Voila. How many credit cards make a statement like that? The more you spend, the more money you get back. You can't lose. It pays to Discover. Use it where you see the Nova sign.
Tonight's Discover card, payback, playback. Charles Smith had a chance to win Game 5 of the Eastern Conference playoffs against the Bulls, but Jordan, Pippen, and Grant each took turns blocking his shots, so the Bulls won 94-92 in June of 1993. Many memorable games for the Bulls here at Madison Square Garden, and a lot of good memories in the playoffs. Of course, one bad memory we recall. The year Michael wasn't here with the Bulls, Scottie Pippen getting fouled right out in front of where we're sitting right now, or committing a foul that Hugh Hollins called, and that meant the end of the Bulls in that particular game in the series, Game 3, and they went on to lose to the Knicks. Childs hits from the outside. Nobody in the same area code as Chris Childs off that timeout, and the Knicks lead by 6, 7 minutes to go. Jordan and Kerr, the backcourt for the Bulls. Michael backing Houston to the fadeaway. Well, we're getting close to Jordan time. He has hit his last 2 shots from the field, 18 points in the game. Bulls trail by 4. Childs hits Buck. Williams lost the handle on it. Starks on the penetration. The finger roll by Starks, and New York leads by 6. Just under 6.5 to go. Chant of defense from the Garden crowd. Jordan elevates. Michael taking it over for the Bulls.
Patrick, is he going to get the call? Larry Johnson's going to get the call to come back. He may even go after Michael. Let's see what happens down there.
Starks off the screen by Williams. Oakley the long rebound. Childs for 3. Pippen takes the carom. The Bulls are down by 4. Jordan again over Houston. This time too strong. Knicks by 4. Under 6 minutes to go for the game. Childs gets the step into the lane and it knocked away, and last touch by the Bulls. I believe Bushler tipped it out, either he or Kerr. Take a look at Michael Jordan going to work again.
Comes on in to the hoop. Pulls up for about a 2-foot jump shot, and now Buck Williams and Starks lead.
Johnson and Ewing report on for the Knicks. Luke Longley is back for the Bulls. Houston. Pippen rebounds. Bulls down by 4. Michael. Three's down by 1. Jordan, 23 points, 9 here in the fourth quarter. And the three-point field goal by Jordan has given the Bulls a shot at the Knicks. They're down by just 1 with 5:12 to go in the game.
What is a low fare, really? It means more than 49 or 99 bucks. It's 22 Nelsons together in one place at last. It's a history book come to life. It's flying to the seafood instead of having the seafood fly to you. That's why at Southwest Airlines, they're called Freedom Fares. And why anytime you want to spread your wings, we'll have a fare that says you can.
I feel good. I knew that I would now. I feel good. I knew that I would now. So good. So good. I got
Re-engineering results in a paradigm shift in the corporate matrix.
What?
Thus facilitating
Experiencing system
organizational
overload?
prioritization.
We're gonna crash. Better click on Office Max. The office product superstore, electronics, computers, software, including quality brand names like Duracell or Curtis at guaranteed low prices that will re-engineer your budget. You can even shop online. Get the latest business technology without even shifting your paradigm. Whatever that means. Office Max. We go to the max for you.
Tom Brokaw, NBC anchorman, on hand here tonight at Madison Square Garden, a regular Garden visitor. Hey, a reminder, the Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic comes back to Grant Park this summer. Call 312-455-4000 for more information.
That was Chicago and John Cusack showed there.
Patrick Ewing. Childs for 3. Jordan, Luke wide open. Longley with 6. The Bulls trail by 2. Childs on the hustle. Houston for 3.
Oh, air ball. Wow.
Allen
wide
Houston.
Open. Hey, their bench was up. They thought that was down home.
Allen Houston missing from wide open three-point range. The collar gets tight in the fourth quarter in New York. Jordan to the follow-up.
Boom, boom, boom. Michael with 25.
Michael has made 5 of his last 6 from the field here in the fourth quarter.
Could be getting very close to that time of game where Michael takes over. He loves to do that in the Garden. Almost 4 minutes left. High score.
Childs watched by Kerr. Ewing checked by Longley. Double down from Pippen. That left Larry Johnson open across the lane. 16 for LJ.
Boy, they doubled Ewing out in the corner and left Johnson wide open.
chant of defense from the Madison Square Garden crowd. Jordan misses from deep. Johnson rebounds. Houston stripped and stolen by Jordan. Bulls a chance to tie again or take the lead. Ewing jumps out on Steve Kerr. They've got a mismatch somewhere. Longley against Oakley. Luke in close, misses at point-blank range. Ewing saved off of Longley out of play.
I don't think Luke knew where he was. He put that ball down, didn't know he came up with the left hand off the back of the rim. And then Ewing made a great play to bounce it off of the back of one of his opponents, and we got a timeout.
3 minutes, 11 seconds to go from the Garden. Standing ovation for the Knicks, who lead by 2.
Around here, a man is only as good as his word. His word is his honor. His word is to protect. But sometimes his honor is put on the line. He must do what the system cannot, and then justice is done. Sometimes the wrong things must be put right. Sometimes they are, in the heat of the night. Tonight at 11 p.m. Central on WGN.
In Murray, Utah, a lot of folks like to work on their cars themselves, and they come to AutoZone because they know they'll find quality parts, low prices, great selection, and helpful people like Rick Perry. Now, Rick's been around cars all his life, so he knows a thing or two about looking up parts and solving problems. And whether it's selling new parts or testing old ones, he's always glad to help. You see, when it comes to getting the right part, the right price, and good advice, there's just no place better than AutoZone.
For the best selection of Bulls hats, T-shirts, jackets, and other NBA merchandise, visit the official Bulls team shops at any one of the Chicagoland Montgomery Ward stores. Michael Jordan draws a lot of attention. Luke Longley left alone in the park. Now watch Michael go to work again in this fourth quarter. Jordan with the 11 fourth quarter points has brought the Bulls back to within 2.
2-point lead now for the Knicks, and the Bulls still in it with 3 minutes to go.
Starks. The 3, make it 2. He had his toe on the 3-point line. Starks running hard and getting screens down low to get free of Steve Kerr. Knicks by 4. Michael, big screen, Luke Longley. Jordan on the drive, no, but a foul.
He went through everybody, and Charles Oakley questioning Louis Grillo on the foul.
5 on Charles.
Well,
take a look at the game summary. Pippen, 33 points, 18 of which came in the first quarter. Jordan has come alive here in the fourth quarter. 26 for Michael, and he can make it a 2-point ball game. One for 2 at the line. The New York lead remains 3. Childs against Jordan.
Larry Johnson, nobody around him.
He was pushed. He'll go to the line.
Every time you look up, Johnson has got that tremendous low post position.
Watch it again, Red.
Look at this. Look at it. He's in the paint. He's in the paint. I thought he was all alone, and Pippen fouls him on the fadeaway.
Only the second team foul on the Bulls. Larry Johnson now with 17 in the game. Pippen had 18 in the first quarter, had 13 in the third quarter. I'll make that 11 in the third quarter. Johnson makes a pair
So they answer with 4 quick points. They've got a 5-point lead.
Under 2.5 to go. Jordan. The brilliance of Michael Jordan on full display here at the Garden. He loves playing in New York. 28 for Jordan. The Bulls down by just 3. Starks gets by Kerr again. Oh, bad decision by Starks in the lane. Trying to tough pass to Johnson. Intercepted by the Bulls. John Starks makes plays like that all the time with the game on the line.
Pippen wants the ball down low on Starks, but Michael may have to take Larry Johnson.
And he does.
He does. He's right. 30 for MJ. Bulls trail by 1. You got 1:40.
16 fourth quarter points for Jordan. .90 seconds to go in regulation. Ewing on Longley. Tough shot. No, but he'll go to the line. 3 personals on Luke Longley.
Phil Jackson thinks that was a bailout call by Joey. He said, you got to make him earn those. He came in, made some contact.
So Patrick Ewing will go to the free throw line. A 75% free throw shooter.
Ewing with 19.
Watch him again. Not a lot of contact there.
Like that was a big.
And that's what Phil was up talking to the officials about.
20 points for Ewing. He was the last guy in the book in the second quarter to score a basket.
The New York lead is 3. Jordan pushed out front by Johnson. Larry Johnson picks up another foul, his 4th. The Knicks are over the foul limit, so MJ heads to the free throw line.
Well, we've got a game here. It looked like the Bulls were ready to fold their tent in that third quarter, go on home, but boy, they've come back here with the desire to pick up another win. Michael, yeah, in the hole, 31.
Rather stoic look on Phil Jackson's face. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan can bring the Bulls back to within 1, and he does. 32 for Jordan. Timeout, New York. 71 seconds to go. Michael Jordan with 18 second half, 18 points of the fourth quarter, and the Bulls are down by just 1.
The Fizz cellular phone from Philips Magnavox.
This is for Reverend O'Brien, who always told me to give it my best shot. For my grandmother, who showed me what real courage is. And for myself, who found it.
Emptiness. Emptiness. How can I fill this empty void of emptiness?
It's not tricky. Eat something. Call me crazy, but I recommend the $4 Turkey Melt BLT combo. Hot hand-carved turkey topped with maple sweet bacon and 4 ooey-gooey cheeses. A sandwich, side, and drink. Just $4. So get your $4 Turkey Melt BLT combo today. Only at Boston Market.
Trust me, eating is a good thing.
Who's wearing cologne?
Knicks leading by 1. Bulls still have 3 full timeouts and a 20. The Knicks with just 1 full timeout remaining. We mentioned in the past, the Knicks have been guilty of some terrible errors in crucial situations. Starts with a three-point lead, gets the lane, throws up a prayer of a pass to Larry Johnson, starts out of control, and it's plays like that night in, night out will kill the New York Knicks. It's a talented ball club and has been for the better part of a decade, but bad plays in crucial situations have really cost New York in the past. Ewing with Pippen running at him. Loose ball foul called against Chicago.
Yeah, Michael on the foul, I believe.
Third on Jordan.
Larry Johnson will go to the line. They get Ewing to miss a wide open jumper. He was wide open on that shot from 15 feet.
Johnson, 18 points.
Broke the rim on that one, didn't he?
Spike Lee reacts.
All right, watch the action now in the lane here on this free throw. Ewing and Oakley will be right in there.
Caffey and Longley do a good job of blocking out, but it doesn't matter. The free throw is made. 19 for Larry Johnson of the game. Knicks by 2. Under a minute to go. Jordan checked by Starks. On the drive, no, but a foul.
John Starks on a foul. Michael will go to the line with a chance to tie at 43.9. Starks' 4th foul. Here goes Michael. He gets pushed from the back before he even got the shot off.
One more will tie it. Jordan, 33 points in the game.
He loves it. He thrives on that pressure here in the Garden.
Tie game. 43.9 remaining. Starks takes it across for New York. Oakley out high. Childs. Pippen. Interior feed.
He got the 20-second timeout. Oh, before Pip almost creamed us.
Not almost. He got us.
He got us.
Take a look at it again. Pippen with a great defense of the interior feed. Watch it again.
Here's the pass. Pip will tap it out. He comes right over the table for us. He calls the timeout. Plenty of control.
Red, I noticed you did not get your body in front of Scottie Pippen.
I've been fighting that bad back all day, and I'll tell you what.
Oh, my. Scottie Pippen did get the timeout called.
So the Bulls have 23 seconds on the clock. There's 26-9. So let's see whose hands they would like to get the ball in on this play. What do you think?
I got a good guess for you. I think he'll be wearing number 23.
Right.
I think he'll get the ball early.
20 points in this quarter for Michael Jordan.
Unbelievable. He had 14 at the end of 3. He has 34 now. My goodness. Take a look at this. That's a night's work for most guys in this league. 26.9 seconds remaining. And again, Red, do you expect the Bulls to get something from isolation from Michael, or will they run some offense and try to get something that flows from the offense naturally, or will they just go right to Michael?
I think they'll just bring it in and go right to Mike, and he'll come up, kill a little time, and then go after it. Now the game reset, as we saw a little while ago. They have 1 timeout left. The Bulls had 3.
So the Bulls took one of their timeouts. They still have 2 full timeouts and 1:20. Michael Jordan. Everybody in Madison Square Garden knows that he will touch the basketball at some point in the next 26.9 seconds. Scottie Pippen, who just made what might have been the play of the game, denying the interior feed to Larry Johnson to give the Bulls the possession to take the lead and maybe win the game.
They put Larry Johnson on Michael. He has not been an answer here in this quarter. Here comes Pip now down to start. Now Michael will take it.
3-second differential, shot clock to game clock. Jordan clears. Luke Longley rebounds, had it stripped away. Foul. 5.4 remaining. And a foul call.
Patrick Ewing's fifth. So Luke Longley with 5.4 will go to the line. 2 free throws. Jason Caffey is going to come in for... there it is. Michael had everybody flying. He had a good look at it. Luke got inside.
Luke Longley puts in the first. The second upcoming. 5.4 seconds remain. Jason Caffey in for Judd Bushler. Luke Longley has just 7 points. None more important than that one right there. You just saw a moment ago.
Michael's on a runway. Don't need it.
9 for Luke Longley. Timeout, New York. Final timeout taken by Jeff Van Gundy. 5.4 to go. The Knicks on the verge of stealing one here at Madison Square Garden.
Perhaps even more impressive than pure, unbridled power is the ability to harness it. Sierra by GMC, putting you comfortably in command.
In the desert, you may never run this hard, this far, or this fast, but it's the extremes of off-road racing that help us build our longest-lasting battery ever, the Duralast battery from AutoZone, the official battery of the Score Desert Championship Series. A battery so tough, so dependable, it comes with a 2-year free replacement guarantee. The next time you hit the open road, don't settle for anything less. The Duralast battery. Power you can depend on.
I misspoke a moment ago. The Bulls on the verge of stealing one from the Knicks, not the other way around. Although that man feels he has enough time to steal this one for New York. 5.4 seconds remaining. Here's the final play for the Bulls offensively. Jordan had it halfway down. Luke Longley had rebounding position inside. Ewing came over the top, and the foul called on Patrick Ewing. Watch it again from the baseline. Luke goes to the line and calmly nails a pair of free throws to give the Bulls the lead.
Well, they say it's Ewing time here now. They'll get the ball at half court. No more timeouts left for them. 5.4 on the clock. They've got Starks, they've got Childs, Houston, Patrick Ewing, and Charles Oakley. Let's see what they come up with.
After struggling in the third period, the Bulls have not committed a turnover here in the fourth. The Knicks have committed 3 turnovers. Final 5 seconds, the inbound to Ewing. Childs on the drive baseline. The game's over. The game is over. The game is over, and the Bulls have defeated the Knicks.
Bulls win their 68th game of the season. A comeback, Wayne, a comeback victory here. Stunned Madison Square Garden.
Look at Michael Jordan. Boy, did he enjoy it. 34 points. Take a look with the clock in the right-hand corner of your screen. Childs did get baseline, missed the shot, and then Ewing, or Oakley rather, collapsed to the board, unable to get it off, and the Bulls hang on to win. Once again, Chicago down by as many as 11 points in the second half. Oakley didn't get that shot off in time. The Bulls blocked it anyway. Another look from the baseline. Good ball movement. Got Childs a chance to tie the game. Oakley the rebound, but that one dribble cost him an opportunity to get a shot off, and the officials whistle the end of the ball game. So the Bulls win it here tonight in come from behind fashion, erasing an 11-point deficit in the second half to win 105-103. We'll be back.
Michael won that game. Coming up on WGN News, gunfire at the Cabrini Green Housing Project today. We'll show you how worried parents at the nearby Jenner School reacted. We'll tell you what's being done by authorities to stop the violence. In South Suburban Orland Park, we'll take you to the home of a family with a good news story about a very special delivery. Plus, Tom Skilling's forecast. It's all coming up next.
Charles Bronson, top gun in the Secret Service. When somebody puts out a contract on the president's wife,
$1 million is a lot of money for near misses.
Charles Bronson is the First Lady's last resort.
Somebody just tried to kill you.
Jill Ireland, Charles Bronson.
Has it ever occurred to you the president might be the one who wants you dead?
Assassination. Saturday night at 10:30 on WGN.
The heroes! The heroes!
On the next Hercules, the legendary journeys.
Argonauts! Attack!
The greatest collection of heroes ever assembled.
And on the Argonaut magic!
On a quest for honor.
This is my responsibility, no one else's. We finish this together.
And a fight for courage.
Death to the Argonauts! Try to split us up! No!
Kevin Sorbo is Hercules. This week at a special time, Saturday at noon on WGN.
Again, the final score, the Bulls down by 11 in the third quarter. Rally from behind. Michael Jordan's brilliance in the fourth quarter shone through. He had 20 points in that fourth quarter to help the Bulls to a 105-103 victory over the New York Knicks. And the Bulls with that win now 68-10, 30-9 on the road. Our next telecast on WGN will be Monday night when the Toronto Raptors come to town. Coverage begins at 6:30 with a special playoff preview. 3 cheers, a toast to the Chicago Bulls, followed by the Bullseye at 7 p.m. and the game at 7:30 Central Time. Tonight's game was produced by John Walgren. Directed by Skip Ellison. Our associate producer is Mandy Cohen. Our graphic